Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. We just finished that reveal and stuff for Legends Festival. Holy crap, they nailed it. What a jam-packed part 1. That is so exciting for me. 2 LFs starting out, 2 new 1% Sparkings, a new free-to-play character, a Zenkai for God Topo, another Zenkai that they said that they weren't even going to mention, 3 new Platinum equips, tons of events and raids. What a great way to start out what is arguably the best celebration of the entire year, and we're only in part 1. Who knows what part 2 could be about? I think if they were going to do a part 2, I would love to see Universal Spirit Bomb, Kid Goku as like a preparation mode, maybe a new Omega Shenron, or a transforming Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because we haven't seen any standalone Vegetas in years, a Zenkai to goodness knows who. All I know is part 2 could be absolutely fire, and then the Ultra at the end, who knows, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, SSJ4 Gogeta, it could be anybody. It's just so exciting. What a great time to be playing Dragon Ball Legends. We just got into their website detailing the entire kit for the new Legends Limited characters. So let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to read the whole yellow. That's basically the summary of the whole thing. But Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta. Finally, a tag switch character where we actually start as Vegeta, less so him being the afterthought tag switch character. So this is going to be great. Start off as green, reverse green, aka you counter out so many meta dominant characters. Jiren, Dynamic Goku, the Purple Cell, the Kid Goku, LF Kid Goku from the Full Power movie, and the infamous Goku and Frieza. We finally got a overwhelming counter to all of those things, and Element Green is easily the weakest one in the game, so it's nice for them to be seeing some buffs. So we start off as Vegeta. Our tag switch from Vegeta to Goku does what? You reverse your element factors, you shorten your own sub count by 2 for 15 timer counts, plus 10% to your own health restoration, nullify attribute downgrades under normal conditions, and some additional effects dependent on the amount of HP you have. If you're above 50% HP, you heal 10% of your HP and you get 30 ki, but if you're below 50%, you will draw a blue card, you will heal 20% of your max HP, 20% of your HP, and get 50 ki. Getting 20% of your HP is ridiculous, given that they explain that this character is all about a ton of combos. Their entire unique gauge is about comboing forever, increased charge rate of unique gauge, just like in the anime, endless combos. This is already very impressive. I mean, 50 ki off a tag switch, 30 ki off a tag switch. Most tag switch characters are getting like 20. They're getting pitiful amounts. So we know that they're a range type as well, which is good. They're going to be giving, what do we got here? At their max, 38% to Universe Rep, Vegeta Clan, or Sun Family Blast Attack and Strike Defense. They know damn well that the meta is so strike-oriented that giving them their main offensive stat, Blast, and then giving them plenty of strike defense is the sure way to go. Very good. Strike Attack. Attack your opponents without fear of incoming blast darts with Vegeta's Blast Armor. Yes, finally Vegeta has Blast Armor on her strike. When was the last time that happened? I'm pretty sure it was the Android 15, 14, and 13 movie that infamous Vegeta ran with, what's his face? Oh my god, I can't remember. The Purple Bojack. That infamous trio. Every time he uses a strike card on hit, -3 to own arts cost. So your endless combos go on forever. You do the same thing with your blast as well. This character is going to get so much ki and have such low cost, it's ridiculous. Blue card, massive impact damage. Upon activation, 30% to special move damage. Attribute upgrade, -20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects. Charges switch gauge. Finally, what is it? Who is it that doesn't have their blue card giving them unique gauge? I don't really remember. Oh, Dragon Fist. So this is nice to see. And they nullify endurance in their blue card. Very nice. Glad to see that. Green card. Restore on health by 10%, 20% to damage inflicted for 10 counts, 15% to blast damage inflicted by your ally, so a little baby support. And then also applies the following effects to self according to the number of green cards used. If you use one green card, you randomly draw at most 3 new cards if you have 3 or fewer. Restore your ki by 100. Restore your ki by 100. And you nullify cover change. Okay, you're basically dead. That sounds like you just die. Papa Green, you're just dead. Okay. Applies the buff effect, nullify enemies, destroy card effects. Wow. Wow. 100 ki, nullify cover change, and you can't kill their cards. Damn. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So Gogeta won't be able to kill your strike cards with the unique gauges. You won't have to deal with any crazy unit killing your cards. You can just combo endlessly. If you use 2 green cards, you now randomly draw 2 new cards. If you have 3 or fewer, you get 60 ki, but 3 and onward, you only draw 1 new card and you store your ki by 40. I don't really think that matters. This is insane to me. Almost makes you not want to waste it for a stop time event. 100 ki and 3 or more cards is ridiculous. Unique ability 1. 100% damage inflicted. It's leveled up, boys. Look at that. It used to be 90 forever. Oh, well over a year. Now it's 100. Now it's 100. 20% special move damage, and you have 70% reduced damage received with level 1 card draw speed. You are the Vegeta side. The effects reset when you tag switch into Goku. The following effects occur when you show up on the field. You get 20 ki for showing up. 70% damage inflicted, 40% ki recovery. Makes sense. You combo forever. You reduce your arts cost. Why not make them have plenty of ki recovery? Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 10 to strike and blast arts cost. For you showing up on the field, okay, make their combos take a little bit longer. The following effects also occur if your own HP is 70% or below. You draw a special arts card. You nullify your element factors for damage sustained, so you take type neutral damage. You seal the enemy's rush for 5 counts. Seal all enemy main ability for 5 count. What the hell? The following effects occur if own ki is 30 or lower after this character uses an arts card. You get 20 ki? Oh my god. What? That's insane to me. You show up on the field with 70% HP or below, you get the green card, and you take type neutral damage, and you seal rushes and main abilities. So this is going to be another instance of a super hyper offensive unit having the best disrupt as well. They kind of feel like an upgraded version of Goku and Frieza. Oh boy. People are not going to be happy. I think after a couple of days, people are already going to get sick of this unit, but... Alright! Wow, damn, that's crazy to me. He gets 20 ki if his ki is 30 or lower after using a card. Activation counts when attack switch is performed. Shorten ally sub count by 3. Activation count resets when attack switch is performed. That's so ridiculous, dude. Wow. You lower your ally sub count. You get ki again if your ki is too low. You get the green card if you show up at 70% or below. Take type neutral damage, seal main, seal rushes, and it's only his first passive. What the hell? Unique ability 2. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against a strike card, chainable with the blue. Slightly charges own unique gauge every time this character uses an arts card while they are on the battlefield. Once the unique gauge is full, resets to 0 and applies the following effects to self. So kind of like Gogeta, Ultra Gogeta, it's one of those gauges that you fill up and then just immediately depletes and you can repeat the cycle. When the unique gauge is full, randomly draw at most 3 new cards. When you have 3 or fewer, you gain 40 ki. You get 20% damage inflicted, so at this point you got 190%. Activation count is shared between Vegeta and Goku, meaning that even if you tag switch out, your unique gauge does not change. It's going to be the same. Another 20% damage inflicted, so you're at 210%, and you get a 50% unique gauge charge rate that you can activate twice, meaning you get 1 unique gauge filled. The second one is going to charge 50% faster, and when you get that one, the third one is going to be 100% faster. So twice as fast to get that unique gauge. That still gives you all of this. Sorry, all of this. All the cards, all the ki, all the craziness. So endless combos without a doubt. Activation count is shared between Vegeta and Goku. Applies the buff effect, nullify enemy special actions that activate when changing cover. So if you thought long combos with UVB were a pain, welcome to version 2.0, where they will get more than just one card. They will get more than just 20 ki, they will get more opportunities to kick the crap out of you. Applies the following effects to enemy. Every time they use a strike or a blast card while this character is on the battlefield, reduce their ki by 5. Very good for shortening combos. Inflict the attribute downgrade -5% to strike and blast star's power for 10 counts. So you getting beaten up gives you it gives the downgrade to the opponent. So the opponent's arts cards will do 5% less strike and blast every time you hit Goku and Vegeta. This character is the best, looks like one of the best offensively, and is starting to look like one of the best defensively as well. Applies the following effects to self when this character switches standby. Restore own health by 10%, charges switch gauge by 100%. Ridiculous. This character goes into standby and basically gets more health again. So sustain, tanking, disrupt. This character seems to be doing it all. The following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts kit if there's a defeated battle member. Wow. Restores own health by 5%, charges own unique gauge by 50%, 10% to special move damage, -5 to own special move cost. Restores own unique gauge by 100%, reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1. Wow, okay. Wait a minute, this was all Vegeta too. We're not even on the Goku side. So Goku is reverse green, so he's going to be strong against the purples. So if we were to tag switch from Goku back to the Vegeta, we get the upgrade -15% to enemy sustained damage cut effects, which will work pretty good with the Vegeta getting a blue card, which is quite nice. Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 15% to blast damage received. Also applies the following effects dependent on the number of, the amount of remaining HP. If you have 50% or below or more, you heal 10% and you restore 30 ki. If you are 50% or below, you draw a blue card, restores on health by 20%, and you get 50 ki. So just a blue card guaranteed, very similar to the tag 4s, except these guys can do it forever. Strike costs -3 for 4 timer counts, -3 for 4 timer counts. Those are both the same. Goku has blast armor 2 on his strike. Damn. Special move, massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 30% to the blue card damage, -20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects. So the same thing, nullify enemies, restore health when it reaches 0 effects. So nullify endurance, charges your switch gauge. Now what does his green card do? What do we got? Restore on health by 15%, 20% damage inflicted for 10 counts, cancel ally attribute downgrades under normal conditions. Also applies the following effects to self according to the number of times the green card has been used. So, okay, so this is very similar to the Vegeta, the 3 additional cards with cover nullification, all that other fun stuff. Okay, I see. Oh, so the nullify cover change will only happen on the first one. Ah, okay, I see. That's very smart of them, but that still means that you're going to be getting comboed intensely on that first green card. So his first unique ability looks to be all the same. 100% damage inflicted, 70% reduced damage received with cardio speed. Show up on the field, 20 ki, 40% ki recovery. The enemy has plus 10 to strike and blast star's costs. If your HP is 70% or below, draw a green card. Nullify the type disadvantage damage received, so you go type neutral. Seals the enemy's rush and main abilities, and if your ki is 30 or lower when you use a card, you will get 20 additional ki. Shorten ally subcount, the usual stuff, very similar like Vegeta. Now, for this, I think this is going to be the same as well. So you can do a cover change against blast stars with Goku, chainable with the blue. If your unique gauge is filled, you'll get 3 new cards. If you have 3 or fewer, restore 40 ki, 20% damage inflicted. Activation count shared between Vegeta and Goku. So like this 20%. It's not like Goku gets 20%, and then if you fill the unique gauge with Vegeta, you get another 20%. It means 20% across both of them. So it's only going to be the 210 here. 20% damage inflicted, 50% unique gauge, same thing as the other one. Nullify enemy special cover change. And then same thing as before, reduce ki and reduce the power of the enemy every time they hit you with a strike or a blast. Or rather, every time they use it, not even when they hit you. Go to standby, restore on health by 10%, charge your switch gauge by 100%. If you have a defeated battle member, restore on health by 5%, charge unique gauge by 50%. This only happens once, you use one after you lost an ally, just so you can quickly get that tag switch again with the type neutral, whatever, heal a little bit. 10% blue card damage, -5 to special move damage, restore own advantage gauge by 100%, reduces enemy Dragon Balls by 1. I'm going to be honest with you, this character is already looking a little toxic. I think they're going to be comboing for quite a long time. I think they're going to be able to maintain cover nullification for quite a while. And similar to Ultra Gogeta Blue, I think in the mid to late game, they are going to dominate. I see these guys having very little opposition when it comes to just being able to attack endlessly. Unless they start introducing defensive units that really stuff away Ki, these guys are going to be quite menacing. Actually a little bit worried about fighting this guy paired alongside characters like UVB and Janemba, because those guys are brain dead stupid as well, and they just show up with cards and cover nullification. So you take that and this. Big ol' yikes, but definitely worthy of Legends Festival. This looks like an unbelievably strong unit. They feel like they do everything, but this is just on paper. We will have to see how well they play in-game, because stats, stars, enemy, team compositions, all those things matter far more than what we think. Because remember, they start out green. So if they still get absolutely decimated by Kid Goku or Goku Frieza off a single blue card, then none of this really matters. They still get squished out. So they seem strong, very worthy of the first LF for Legends Festival, a beastly unit. Speaking of beast, Toshi tried to trick us. We knew that there was going to be another character, and lo and behold, it's an Ultimate Gohan that transforms into Beast. Isn't that insane? That character was around for 10 seconds, and they somehow made 2 characters out of him. It's honestly a little bit hilarious. But nonetheless, another playable Beast Gohan, if you know what I mean. He's starting as red. I don't know why I said starting. He's always going to be red, but he's a red type. They talked about him being a defensive character, pre-transformed, and then post-transformation he's going to be a offensive prowess. He's going to be a absolute machine. If he's anything like the EVO and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken tag switch character, then I'm expecting a lot of mechanics where the opponent's powers go less, ki is reduced, just for this guy's unique gauge to make sense pre-transformed. So let's start out here. We know he's a melee red. Main ability, transform into Beast. Restore on health by 30% and ki by 50. Reduces impact and slice damage received by 30% for 20 timer counts. Cancel own attribute downgrades under normal conditions. If his unique gauge is full, reset his unique gauge to 0 and the following effects occur. This is all off the main. He will draw a special arts card, charges his own unique gauge by 100%, destroy all your enemy's cards, and reduce enemy vanish gauge to 100%. So you just vanish. You pop your main if you have that full unique gauge. You're now Beast Gohan. You have a special arts card, which I'm pretty sure gave him cover nullification. And then you can freely kick the crap out of your opponent right there and then. If the unique gauge is not filled, reset the unique gauge to 0 and charges it by 30%. So if you don't fill it without transforming, then it just goes back to 0 because it becomes a new one and it charges by 30%. The Z ability is going to be for Movie Saga, Hybrid Saiyan, and Sun family. It's going to be giving strike attack and defense, and if you are in Movie Saga Hybrid Saiyan, you get 18% blast attack. Very good. He has blast armor on his strike. It looks like this is going to be for both versions of Gohan. His blast card, inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 15 to all arts costs. His blue card, deal massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Restore vanish gauge by 70%, so like his beast counterpart, but this time it doesn't even need to transform. 30% to blue card damage. If the unique gauge is filled, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draw a new card, increases Dragon Ball by 1, applies attribute upgrade minus 30% to enemy sustained damage cut effects. This blue card is going to hit like a truck, but this part here is kind of spiffy. Randomly draw a card and increase your Dragon Balls. Basically aligns with the play where you deliberately force a vanish by having your blue card miss and you smack him with a rush. I think this aligns with that, which is pretty good. His green card, you draw a blue card, happens twice. You restore 10% of your health and get 50 ki, 20% to damage inflicted. Destroy all of your enemy special arts cards and inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade minus 30% to health restore. So this is going to be good for a lot of those characters like UVB, UGB, where their health falls below a certain threshold and they heal a significant amount. This is all about hitting them really hard with using the green, then the blue, and then that blue card probably brings them down to like 20% of their health. And when it comes time for them to actually heal off that unique ability, they get 30% less, so they're still easier for you to snuff out. I'm surprised his green card doesn't give him cover nullification. Unique ability 1. Following effects occur when battle starts. 100% damage inflicted. There we go again. 40% to strike card damage. 70% reduced damage received. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level. 30% to blast damage inflicted by allies. What? Why? Whoa, damn, okay. 30% blast damage inflicted by allies? Boo Duo? Best partner? No, I'm kidding. The following effects occur when this character shows up on the field. You get 25 key. Randomly draw a new card if you have 3 or fewer. Cancel own attribute downgrades. Randomly destroys 1 enemy card. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed from the battle starts. So after 10 counts, 20% damage inflicted, -5 to arts cost, so now you're looking at 120%. After 25, you get another 20% and 60% key recovery, so you're now at 140%. And at 40 timer counts, you get another 20%, and you charge your unique gauge by 50%. So after 40 counts, aka they want this guy to be the tank for the first 40 counts, 160% damage inflicted, -5 to arts cost, 60% key recovery, and your unique gauge is charged by 50%. Applies the following effects to self every 4 timer counts while this character's on the field. 15 key restored, so like LF Kid Boo. 10% to blue card damage inflicted for 30 timer counts, and -3 to special move costs. Already a strong passive. Will admit though, I'm not a fan of any sort of unique ability that needs a certain amount of counts to elapse. Especially one at 40 timer counts. I mean, Purple Super Saiyan 3, he got a lot of his buffs at 40 counts, and this just felt like a lot of matches are decided before 40 timer counts, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Probably aligns with this whole defensive, offensive mantra that they have here. Unique ability 2. If your opponent does a blast card, you can cover change and chain with a blue. Slightly charges own unique gauge every time an ally is hit with an enemy's arts attack. The following effects occur once the unique gauge is filled. He goes type neutral for damage sustained. Heal your allies by 15%. Shorten ally subcount by 10. Reduces enemy Dragon Balls by 1. Very good. Very, very good. So just like 17, LF17 that they talked about in the revealing stuff. Nice little support for the team. Applies the following effects to self after an enemy attack is over. Restore health by 10%. Applies buff effect. Nullify enemy special actions that change. So he is going to have cover nullification after being done attacked. Applies the following effects to self every time another battle member is hit with an enemy's arts attack. 20% damage inflicted. Applies buff effect, nullify enemy special actions that activate. Okay. So Gohan, after he's hit and the enemy's attack is over, you will get the cover nullification. Or when an ally is hit and you swap into Gohan. Okay. That's going to be tricky to remember. Because if you aren't aware that the buff is being applied, you're going to get cover change. The following effects occur when an enemy activates a blue card, ultimate card, awaken card, or rising rush while you're on the field. Charge your unique gauge by 30%, 20% to allies health restore for 3 counts, shorten ally subcount by 4, and the enemies getting smacked with a -40 to blue card, ultimate, or awaken arts power. This is going to be super noticeable. Holy crap. Gohan is going to be great for segueing off to other super defensive units, but if he has to get hit by it, pretty much half the damage is snuffed away. Cancels enemies' buff effects. So even for enemies that are going to be type neutral against Gohan, I can't really think of any blue units that go type neutral right now that are in the meta, but when they do, they take that away. Oh, Janemba does that. When he's the last man standing. So you can if he goes for a blue card or an ultimate and he's the last man standing, he goes back to being type disadvantage, and Gohan takes away 40% of the power. Really good. Now this is Gohan's kit after he's transformed. So this is Ultimate Gohan, this is Beast Gohan. So main ability, post-transformation, draw a blue card, restore health by 20% and key by 50, and then you get cover nullification for 10 timer counts. If you have if you have one defeated battle member and you pop the main, you restore another 15% of your health, and you have 30% buff to your next blue card damage. But if you're last man standing, your unique gauge is charged by 100%, and you see the enemy's rush post-main. So they made this guy the last man standing guy. Looks like he has the same strike and blast as before. As blue card, post-transformation, massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, restore vanish. Notice how they said activates 3 times, but the activation counts is not shared between pre and post transformation. So I assume you can do this 6 times. 40% of the blue card damage, nullify endurance, very good. If the unique gauge is filled, you will draw 1 new card and increase the Dragon Ball and minus 30% to enemy sustained damage card effects. So if Gohan is last man standing, post main ability, unique gauge filled, blue card, you're pretty much one-shotting everybody. Green card draws a blue, restore on health by 10% and ki by 50, 20% damage inflicted, kill all of your enemies' special arts cards, and minus 30% to health restore. Post transformation unique ability 1. Show up on the field, randomly draw a new card if you have 3 or fewer, restore on ki by 30, cancel attribute downgrades, and you get 1 new enemy card. In terms of the timer counts damage inflicted, oh, okay, I see. So, these are sometimes tricky, but if my understanding is correct, if you're 40 timer counts, Ultimate Gohan, you're at 160% damage inflicted. But then if you transform, you now get these two as well. So now you'll be at 200%. So you really want to stay as Ultimate Gohan, and you really want to transform after 40 timer counts. I don't believe you get that if you transform early, I think. I think you don't get it anymore. I could be wrong. You could be getting that as well. Sometimes transformation characters and revival characters with some of the buffs that get applied, it's not 100% clear what actually applies. I wish they phrased it better, but my understanding would be you probably want to transform after 40 counts to get all your damage buffs, but I would not be shocked if you still get it anyways if you transform early. It would be silly if you didn't. Applies the following effects to self every 4 timer counts while this character is on the field. Restore ki by 15. Restore Vanish Gauge by 70%? What? So after 4 counts, you restore 70% of your Vanish Gauge. That means you can waste that. That sucks. Plus 10% to special move damage inflicted for 30 counts, minus 3 to special move damage. Nullifies enemies' wide range special attacks. So Gohan nullifies AoE greens. Nice. Wait. Oh yeah. Wow, that's pretty sick. So just like Yellow Jiren. Passive number 2, he does a cover change against strike cards. Sorry, cover change against strike cards. Chainable with the blue. Rapidly charges on unique gauge according to ki charge time while this character is on the battlefield. Applies the following effects once it's full. Restore ki by 50. Increases card speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts. Nullify. Goes type neutral. Applies the following effects to enemy attack is over. So similar to before. Get the cover nullification. If the enemy uses a blue card, Ultimate, Awakened, or Rising Rush, charge your unique gauge by 50%. 20% to ally health restore, shorten ally subcount by 4, take away the power, cancel enemies buff effects. So that also applies to Rising Rush abilities that have anti-endurance for the record, the buff effects. So if they try to rush Gohan, then you can go ahead and swap out to somebody else that has endurance and they won't kill them anymore. Pretty good. I think, in my opinion, I think the EVO Goku and Vegeta are slightly better than this Ultimate Gohan, this Beast Gohan. But that is to say that these two are still machines. They still look really damn good. I think Gohan is a tiny bit more situational because there's a lot of conditions to satisfy for getting this guy's full power. Be on the field for a certain amount of counts. Unique gauge does this. You want to wait till you transform after this, that kind of stuff. While these two, it's just, I show up, I kick the crap out of you. If I get a green card, I kick the crap out of you harder. So you let me know in the comment section below what you think about these two new premium characters. Do you think they're worthy of Legends Fest? Do you think they did the animations right? And more importantly, are you hyped? I think they both look good, but once again, looking good and performing well are two vastly different things. We have to see how well they do in game. But until then, until those infamous showcases, you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, peace.